family, we're back. So before we get started, I do just want to say that, that is the difference between last season and this season, is that less scripted. So you will be seeing our, any mishaps or any bloopers in real time.
Where did she go? Angie?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Things like that. Now you're on the left. I'm on the right. In any event, I'm back. Yeah, before we get out of here, we always like to remind you that you don't have to be pretty. I mean...
Angie always want to say you don't got to be pretty.
You really don't. I just want to make that clear really quick here. You do not have to be pretty. As always, you all know it's okay to be pretty.
But even better to be pretty
purposeful.
We need to do that again. It just sounds like a delay when you say it.
Let's try it again. All right, people. So we are signing off until next week. We hope you all have enjoyed this episode. As always, it's okay to be pretty.
But even better to be
pretty purposeful. Bye. And as always, you don't have to be...
It's okay to be pretty.
I'm going to tell y'all all the time, you don't have to be pretty. But if you are, it's okay to be pretty.
But even better, I feel like that's not right. Is that the right word?
But as always, it's okay to be pretty.
But even better to be pretty purposeful.
Bye. Girl.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? I know my neighbors are tired of me.
I'm probably gonna have on some jeans. I'll probably just do a black shirt with this and just some jeans
the collar,
my combat boots, and yeah.
Freedom. Okay.
As always, it's okay to be pretty, y'all.
But even better to be pretty purposeful.
As always, we like to say here at the Pretty Purposeful Podcast that you don't, Candace, I always try to. And as always, you
don't gotta be pretty, Angie.
You don't gotta be pretty. Giving y'all a big group hug right now.
Come on, bring it in.
Oh. It's okay to be pretty.
But even better to be
pretty purposeful. Bye.
Okay, we gotta take our picture.
I'm excited. Okay, let's do this. Let me go get my MacBook. All right. So this is exciting.
Our MacBook too.
I need this for us. See how much of my lines I can remember.
You know what? Fine. We'll do it your way. But if you start talking to these objects again, I'm cutting off your mic. Awesome.
All right. Now let's do this double scene and
okay. Double scene, then we're good.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's get this started before I lose all hope. Cue the theme music.
We are living with purpose. Yes, yes. up, what? Keep your grind up, that's right. No matter how life gets hard, you gotta fight. And you might sometimes be wrong, but get it right, it's true. You got a purpose too. We are living with purpose, yes. In a crazy kind of world, I'm glad I got my girl.
For our democracy, it's a win for every woman, every dreamer, and every person who has ever believed in the future with no limits. Like No Limit Soldier. No Limit Soldier. I thought I told it. All right. One of those will work. And as always, it's okay to be pretty.
But even better to be
Pretty
Purposeful.
All right. Woo!
That's
Bye.
okay. Bye, y'all.
I'll take it easy.
But yeah, Coop, he just dropped so much. He dropped a lot of nuggets. And I'm telling you, when I tell you I came across him from a hashtag,
What?
that the power of the hashtag, it really will connect you with like-minded people. Yeah. And I know, again, I'm pretty sure when he first saw me add him, probably didn't know why with my background, probably just thought I'd just like the program, but no, like it's a deeper connection there. It's like you're doing exactly what I want to do. If I could do what he's doing full time, like with the youth and in the community. But I already told you, Candace, my ultimate goal is to have my own like nonprofit, multicultural type of center that, you know, job readiness, all of those type of community support services, whether it be for young people, whether it be for, you know, single moms, like just having a resource, like a community resource center. That would be my ultimate.
A community resource center.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, somebody go ahead and just drop a couple of millions or $1 billion on Angie so she can go ahead and make it do what it do.
God willing, we get there. I mean, it's all about sharing your intention. And like he was saying, what I love that he said was, you got to be careful about who you connect with, because some people are only out here about the money. And Candace, this brother, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, he has the lived experience that is so valuable, and he's so committed to his vision. He knew what he was going to do while he was in prison. So he couldn't wait to get out. And so once he got out, like, he's so in it. It's like, you don't want to be associated with people that are only about the money. That's a turnoff. And I know exactly when he was saying that, I felt his energy. I'm like, he might have thought that we was only about, you know, you never know. But I get it. I'm the same way. And I'm the same way for a reason, because if I know, just like with this platform, if I know that before this platform manifested, that my ultimate goal was to share my story, was to help other people, to enlighten other people, whether it be people going through what I went through or people who didn't go through what I went through, but maybe they have the resources to help. Maybe they have the desire to contribute some way. Like, I already knew what my purpose was. So I wouldn't have just picked anybody to be my co-host, Candace. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't just to be having just somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know people, I know people who are popular, who have like the followings that the one young lady had. She got all them followers, right? I could have been like, well, let me get somebody who has a lot of followers. That's going to blow me up and da-da-da-da.
Right. Yeah.
But then, Candace, remember we was talking about how to fast track? Then you find out that
you'll have to go back and clean up.
And still get somebody who's aligned. Like, so that's why, I mean, when you're young and maybe less experienced with these type of things, yeah, those type of lessons you have to go through. But I've already gone through those lessons before I got this platform. I've gone through those lessons before I had the stability that I have now. So that way now that I have the stability, I'm protecting it, because I know that it's not just me that's going to benefit from my stability.
Right.
I try to share my intention and my vision with you, so that you already know it. Hey, if somebody has told you whatever, you know, okay, Angie's not going to go for that. Like, that's not even, it's not even going to align with
what we doing. Exactly.
Right.
What this is. Yep.
That's why I just try to be very clear about my intentions. Because it's not about money for me. It's, first of all, they always say you can't help you can't help anybody else till you help yourself, right? So, but the crazy thing is, like, all along, while I may have been struggling and things like that throughout my life, I still have always managed to still help people that were less fortunate or in a, you know, worse situation than me. So I know that it can be done. That's why I'm still moving and walking in purpose and walking in faith right now. Cause I'm like, I don't have financially, I'm not where I should be. But I know that there's a lot of barriers that were outside of my control too, that had nothing to do with me. So as long as I continue to show up authentically and do what it is that I know God has purposed me to do, the money is going to come. It's just not going to come in a way that's going to compromise my integrity or my purpose. Yeah.
Just sitting here like, wow, this is amazing.
When you don't have a lot of support, like when you don't have that core support, life looks different. And some people that don't have that core support, they go outside of themselves to find it. That's why you'll see people, you know, with like a whole lot of people around them, and they end up going that route. Like they try to offset that deficit, or they try to, you know, by having a lot of people around, but it's like they're not really adding value.
It's still not the quality aspect. Yeah, it's like it's still not quality. Like, what is the point of having all these people?
Yeah.
And I mean, what are we just trying to make pictures look better? Like, what are we doing here?
Man, when I see young people going through that, going that route, especially if I know that they don't have the parental, if I know that they didn't have the parental support, then I know that that is, you know, they still haven't learned certain lessons. So I always feel for especially young women. Young men, I don't know what that looks like exactly, but I do. Like I do, because I was raised around guys who didn't have dads, and, you know, whose mom was on crack, who was in juvenile justice. So I kind of do. I'm not a male, but I've witnessed it, and I up close and personal, so I do know. But you'll see those type of young men. Those are the young men who like fall and chase after the ditties. You know, the men that they think got it going on. And they'll fall for that because they just so badly want the stability. They so badly want the validation. They so badly want to feel like they're not inadequate. Like,
exactly. And when he talked about belief, like, do you believe like you less than? Do you believe like that is powerful? Mm-hmm. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe your future could look like? What do you believe you're capable of? Because that really does determine how your life ends up. It determines where, I mean, I was thinking about the other day, I heard someone say where you're currently at, although we cannot control everything that happens to us, I mean, but for the most part, you made an appointment to be where you are. If you are overweight, you made an appointment to be where you're at. You know, if, you know, I thought, I'm like, wow, yeah, you really do take the excuses out of a lot of stuff. I'm like, man, I did make an appointment to be here when I was eating pizza from the students all the time at these events. I did make an appointment to be here when I decided not to work out, when I know good and well I could have been working out at 6 a.m. Yeah, like, that is so true. It's imagine, I mean, golly. Imagine if we went in throughout the world blind. Like, how different would the world be? But why do we have to take away a God-given gift? Like, it's a gift that we can see, but to go as far to say, like, dang, what if we were to just take that away? That sense away, like, how different what would we be judging people off of?
Right.
You would have no choice but to
the character.
Hear and listen to a person's character. Mm-hmm. How they talk to other people. Like, it's not just about how a person looks. Like,
yep. That's right. I'm telling you, Candid. Then once you get it, you have to protect, because, like, and that's why I can respect that he wants to pour into youth, because he could absolutely take another route and work with, say, adult males who might be troubled, right? But it's a little more difficult, not a little more, it's a lot more difficult, because in those situations where you're dealing with an adult, you now have to deal with the fact that, okay, they know that they're an adult and they're your peer. They're your peer. And just like me being a manager and having to, manage people who are maybe my age or younger, but still they're my peers. Like, some people don't take well to like someone, like authority. That's why it's like, leave that up to the therapist, because at least in that space, an adult going into a therapist, even some adults do still struggle with their therapist, but sometimes that could just be their mental illness kicking in. But at least that's a space where they're voluntarily signing up for that relationship, right?
Right.
Whereas if he was to have a program for young men, or not even young men, but just men that were dealing with substance abuse or whatnot, the men could try to sabotage his program because that's their counterpart. They're looking at him like, damn, he's running this, he got it going on, and here I am actually a subject in his program and not doing what I need to do. And,
my gosh.
Yeah, so I can see why he wants to work with young people, because it's a safe space for him. Yep. And he's going to create a safe space for them because he already knows what the outcome of not having the safe space. That's like me. I love young people. I be like, this is why I don't know. I've been here 6 years, and I was supposed to continue VIP movement. And then the pandemic happened. And then I just, everything else happened in my life. But I still have this passion to work with young people. I just do. Like, I want to create that safe space for them. I want to share my knowledge with them. I want to pour into them. I want to fill the gaps. I want to fill the gaps because somebody had to fill gaps for me.
For you. Yep.
So, yeah.
Girl, I see panels in the future. I'm like, look. Oh my gosh. I remember my high school, they did an event for only females at the high school. The principals just seen it as a huge need. Yeah, and it was really good. It was like an all-day conference offered to this high school only for females. Wow. And I remember them having, I was in high school when they had this. They had a panel of women and yeah.
From all walks of life.
From all walks of life. Yeah.
So that's why I say, now you understand why, like, not everybody's going to understand what I'm doing. Not everybody's going to, like, I hate to bring them up, but if I was still dating, he wouldn't understand this passion, the time and the effort that I'm putting into. He may not see the vision or understand it, but it comes from a place of authenticity. For me, it's tied to who I am. Like, I'm going to always be an advocate for youth. Always. Yeah. I'm probably always going to be an activist of some sort when it comes to vulnerable communities, because what happened to me, I don't want to happen to anybody. Yeah. And even in my adulthood, that's why I'm like, look, I might not be able to mentor. And that's why I said, life coaching is something I'm considering. But if I were to go down that route, remember how I was saying, like, how if he did, mentoring with adult men.
Yes.
Deal with people trying to sabotage him, right?
Yeah.
Same thing in the life coaching space. A lot of people have really messed up that industry because they don't walk the walk that they talk in. So it's to have that type of title. I mean, I'm kind of late in the game if I were to just start doing life coaching, but at least the people that know me know that I'm about what I'm talking about.
No, you walk in the walk.
And then all of this that leading up to that venture is also more receipts. I mentioned a lot on this platform. I speak to certain dates, certain times in my life, because before anybody else could tell my story, baby, I'm going to tell it my damn self.
Yeah.
Before anybody else could tell my story, I'm going to tell it myself.
Yourself. Yeah.
and not with any shame tied to it. Like, there is no shame about my past, because guess what? When I was a little girl, I could not protect myself. There were adults that were supposed to protect me and guide me and provide resources for me, and they didn't do that. So by the grace of God, I was still able to persevere through all of that. So why would I be ashamed? Where are the bells when you need them?
Wasting all my life,